Recording in progress.
And we have come to you one more time in your apparent time of need. The need is merely guidance, for you are creative enough to pursue this endeavor in your own ways. But if you would like to have a story of the stars to base yours upon, we may accommodate you. For once upon a time, there was an energy, formless, powerful, pulsating within itself and exploring all parts within. For it was a huge energy, and even parts inside in ways in this energy did not know of all of the other parts, but part of this energy wanted to know what it looked like to travel around, to circumnavigate the wholeness of the energy. Now, this intrigued the energy, for that energy had never thought about viewing itself, expanding its knowledge of self by being something other than itself, by taking an objective view which had never existed in its knowing. And it wondered and it thought about how to accomplish this new mental focus. And it called upon many forces within it to get more ideas about how this should work. And while they all gave perceptions and references according to their ways, they were all from within the energy. And the energy knew of them and wanted additional help. It knew that it had to go outside of itself, not only to see itself, but to be more than itself. And that impetus to circumnavigate itself was indeed a calling from another source which had planted that seed within it. And that particular seed grew and grew. And that energy called upon that seed. It recognized the origin of that thought. And it asked it, it implored, it bade it to come forth with more knowledge of how this could be done. And the seed was very wise, for it had existed before the formless energy. It had indeed been part of a grander reality, of which that formless energy was not aware. This surprised that formless energy, for it had spent eons analyzing and exploring all parts of itself. We have been hidden, the seed said. We have been placed in spots where you had already looked. We have traveled, so no matter where you looked, even if we had been there, we were there no longer. But we have always been within you. And in that way, we were waiting for you to get to the point in your transformation, in your expansion, in your growth, where you had reached the boundary of where you were comfortable and yet wanted more. You are there now. And so we are here to help guide you, and you are wise to have called upon us. The formless energy thought on this and was puzzled that something could exist within it. It wondered if there were other things which existed within it. But eventually it came back to the realization that those answers had to come from something which was not of itself. And it returned back to the seed. And it said that I have chosen to follow your wisdom, to take your lead, to let you be my guide, and I will faithfully respond and appreciate all that you show. And the seed replied, while that is not necessary, for we will show you how to get beyond yourself. But we will not guide you once you go, for it is your own destiny, your own futures which you must plan, foresee, and take at your leisure. And then you will know more of yourself. And this is the story of beginning. For it understood, that formless energy, that at some point it knew little of itself. And so it chose to create little somethings that would be able to grow up and learn more of themselves and explore more of the realities from which they came and beyond. And it asked the seed for seeds within itself so that it may imbue upon those little replicas of itself more of that wanderlust, that quest for knowledge. And the little seed replied, all you create wishes to be more. You need not take from our seed, for you shall seed those new lives with your thoughts, with your love, with your ways. And we bid you to create them all from love energy and to give them a sense of oneness, and then to separate them so that they may pursue that oneness and rejoin to become an even greater formless energy, which will then in turn seek you out in remembrance and join with you, and you will both be more. And the formless energy thought on this. That is indeed an immense happening which it had embarked upon. And it took those formless energies and it created them of itself, and it set them apart in many different areas, and it created them all differently. And it wondered how they would all find each other, how they would be able to unite. But that was its calling. It did as the little seed had requested. And all of those formless energies solidified into beings. And they all strove and grew to become more than what they were, and to learn all about what they were exposed to, what they could think, what they could create. And when they had done that, they knew there was more. And they wanted to know more. So they came to the realization they too must expand beyond what they know into the unknowingness, to pursue and fulfill that innate drive within them. For they knew there were others of their kind. And after a while, they were able to sense other beings. They had sent out their mental emanations. Who are you? I know my brothers and sisters are somewhere in the unknown. I am here, and I would like to meet you and love you. And one by one, all of those little formless selves, which had now solidified into tiny beings of their own, answered. And this is the story of how these little formless beings from various places in the universe as you know it came to be, and how they came to be together. And now that they are together, how they are coming to you. And they have come from many stars: Alpha Centauri, Sirius, Orion, Vega, and many, many more. Even different galaxies like Andromeda. And all of these beings rejoiced and played and thought and expanded together. And it came to them that there was another place which none of them had ever been, which existed in their dreams. They decided to take this trip. And once they had decided to take this trip, they found that there was a magical transformation going on in this particular land, in this particular planet. One slowly spinning planet with a sister moon following and wrapping it in its energy. And there were many other beings, not only of their kind, but other kinds who were converging upon this. There was going to be a huge celebration, a festival of knowing, of expansion, of unification, which has never happened in the histories they had known. And they decided they would be part of that. And this is the story of their trip. All of these little beings who seek to know more of themselves by exploring the unknown and the great adventure of participating in open contact. And you have the beginning, and you have the end, and may the details find you open and willing and loving. And we are here if you wish to, or if you feel the need to have further instructions on this. And we will recede. Thank you.